up in the morning, grab my little black hook. Yesterday can eat a dick, cause we lost by the hook. Can't win them all, so you never see me get shook. Today's a new day, the bookmaker's getting cooked. When I spot a dirty keg of 4 units getting played, always find the value, I will never be afraid. Scared money don't win, but I'm not going all in unless I see a bet I love, then I put my balls on a bookie's chin. Let it all soak in, doubling my bread, winning money with my friends. If you got the itch and you wanna go big, follow Sharpie bets and you gon' really fucking win. This is not financial advice, it's entertainment. But if I find the right price, believe I'm parlaying it. You can see my spreadsheet, I'm winning, not just saying it. Profit in the green every week, I'm never negative. I can bet an ace or a shitty old picture. Pick the right spots cause I'm the K-Proud whisperer. Shut up when I speak until you finally get the picture. I'm the best in the world, tell me you getting richer. Fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. FTB screaming fuck the bookies, 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 fuck the bookies. FTB screaming fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. Middle finger in the air screaming fuck the bookies.
Let's get to the motherfucking monies.
Let's get to the motherfucking monies. Welcome to the best MLB prop show on God's green earth. I'm Sharpie, and it's Tuesday, so you know what that means. We got Ribeyes with Mike as well as the pitchers I'm going to talk. So enough small talk, guys, and let's get to the damn money. If you like what you're hearing, smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button as well. First guy we're going to talk about today, guy, is going to be Jesus Luzardo. And he gets to go back versus his old team, the Marlins. Open him up 6.5 plus 115 on DraftKings. It's still the same. Pitching out 17.5 minus 185 to the over. It is moved to an 18.5 with the heavy juice to the under. Earned runs are 1.5 minus 180 to the over as well. Now, projected lineup is 9 righties and 0 lefties. Luzardo gets his old team in the Marlins, and if we look at how they've been versus lefty over their last 200 plate appearances, we see a team walking 1% less than league average, not striking out just 19% of their at-bats, with a top 10 isolated power. And as always, who have you seen in that time span? As they seen the Nationals, and Gore went 6 innings, 2 earned run with 5 strikeouts. Then the Pirates, Rockies, Padres, and Angels, all who don't have a lefty. I'm looking to back. And then the Giants, where Ribeye went 7 innings, gave up 1 earned run, and had 9 strikeouts. So all in all, their numbers are fraudulent. And they're not hitting good lefties, and they're striking out at a 27% clip when they've seen the dogs. And Luzardo is a fucking dog, guys. A dog who got lost for a few games, but seems to be back. And what I learned last week, guys, is why I really don't like betting unders, as the Cubs had info that Luzardo was tipping pitches. Now, here is this video after the fact. This is Luzardo holding the ball in his hand, holding a breaking ball, elbow down, out. Everybody can see it, dude. It's pretty fucking simple. So if you're going into a game thinking his elbow is going to be here and this is what you're getting, you're going to look like the Cubs did last week and strike out 5 of your first 9 at-bats when you normally shouldn't. How do you strike out versus a guy a shitload when you shouldn't? You're sitting on pitches that weren't fucking coming. The guy went out and fixed himself last week, guys, and now we can look to be back in Luzardo again. All right, then. Now, can we back him versus this team? Here we go. Like I said, the 2 guys I would look to bet are striking them out at a 27% clip, and they've scored a whopping total of 3 runs in 13 innings. Well, all in all, guys, both of those guys, Ray and Gore, are like Luzardo when it comes to the metrics. These are guys that I use chase with, like Luzardo. Yet the lineup said over with Ray, and it did say under with Gore, and that's the way they went. Like I said, that's the way they went. And this is now going to be the second time that he's seen this Marlins team, where back in April, 420, he had 7 strikeouts in 7 innings while facing this lineup that had 6 guys that chased. So I run this projected lineup, and I come up with 5 of the 9 projected that chase. So I'm 1 person away from getting involved. As you already know, I like 2/3 of the lineup. But I did run his pitch mix, guys, and right now I do have 3 dead spots. Granted, 2 of them are in the projected 8-9 hole. The other is in the 1 hole. So there can be multiple innings, 2 times possibly. He can go 1, 2, 3 through the inning and not get a strikeout by seeing the 8, 9, and 1 guy. That's going to be a tough son of a bitch then to get on 7. So at the end of the day, I got him anywhere from 5.25 to 8. And even with the chase being 5-4, guys, and him even being 11-0 to his metric, as long as there was 5 guys to the under or over that chased up until he was tipping pitches, it's probably going to just be a stay off for me, guys, in that spot. But I did bet the Marlins team total, first 7, under 2.5 at -115. I put 60 on it, guys. I think he goes anywhere from 6 to 7 innings today. I think he gives up 2 runs or less. And I do not trust the back end of this Phillies bullpen to take the full game. So I'm looking to back Luzardo versus a team that's supposedly hitting lefties, but they ain't hitting the dogs, fellas. And this is a fucking dog. Pitcher number 2 was going to be Andrew Abbott versus the Twins. They opened him up 5+ at +104 on FanDuel. It's now -102. Pitching out 17.5, -170 to the over. It's now at -155. Earned runs 2.5, -135 to the under. Projected lineup here is going to be 9 righties and 0 lefties. Abbott gets the Twins, who over their last 200 plate appearances versus lefty are walking league average, striking out 29% of the time, but with a top 6 isolated power. And as always, who have you seen? They seen the Astros, didn't get Valdez. The Blue Jays, Rangers, and Rays all don't have a lefty I'm looking to back. And then they have the Athletics. And you're like, what? A lefty you would back? And I have backed them, as crazy as it sounds. And we're talking Jacob Lopez, guys, and he does not have overpowering stuff. He does hide the ball well, but this motherfucker believes he's Cy Young incarnated, guys. He really does believe he's the shit. Even though he's not, he doesn't throw above 90, but he went out there and dog-walked them boys, as he did get his ass handed to him, but he had 9 strikeouts. So all in all, guys, they haven't seen a dog in these shitty-ass fucking numbers of striking out. And now they're getting the National League Pitcher of the Month in May, Andrew fucking Abbott. Yet the line don't seem right, fellas, as he's 5-5 to the over 5.5 his last 10 games. Okay, that equals -115-ish. Yet if we have to take in the fact they're striking out 29% of the time, this should be 5.5, -140 to -150, fellas. No, they want it the other way. So red flag number 1 is on this over. Now, I haven't bet Abbott too much this year, guys, as like I said with Luzardo, I'm always waiting around for 2/3 of the lineup to match, as Abbott is a guy who's in the zone 2% more than league average, but right around zone contact, league average when it comes to zone contact. And like Lopez, he doesn't have overpowering stuff, but he does hide the ball well. So the key being zone contact, what I've been looking for, guys, and it's hit on every game except the Colorado game. And let's talk about it. We run this projected lineup, guys, and we have a fucking problem if you're looking at this over. 6 of the 9 projected batters are league average or better at zone contact, which tells me this is an under spot, as the 2 other times this year he has seen a lineup with 6 or more that are better than league average at zone contact, like this projected Twins. He is 0-2 to his K prop over with not having more than 3 in any of those games. So a spot at first glance, I thought I wanted to back Abbott. Now seems like a spot that I have to go under. Now, I don't know if I will get there, guys. It's hard for me to freaking just straight bet unders, period. I bet 6 of them total this year, but the books are begging for the over. They got a team striking out 29%, and I think I see the reason why, that the books are willing to put him down at this price and take nothing but over money. So once lineups come out, if I bet this, it's going to be a half unit on the under for Andrew Abbott today. Do me a favor, guys. If you like what you're hearing, smash that like button. If you're new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button as well. Next guy we're going to talk about, I wrote a fucking book report on. David Peterson gets the Braves, who over their last 200 plate appearances versus lefties are walking league average, striking out 26.3% of the time while having a middle of the pack ISO. And as always, this is my favorite thing to do with lefties, guys. Who have you fucking seen? A series versus the Rockies, Brewers, D-backs, Padres, and Diamondbacks, all who don't have a lefty I'm trying to back. And then they seen the Giants and didn't get Ray. Okay, they seen the Red Sox. Crochet walked underwater and didn't get wet as we were on him, and he had 12 strikeouts in 7 innings of 1-run ball. Then they had a series with the Phillies where they got Christopher Sanchez, and he went 6 innings of 2-run ball with 5 strikeouts. So all in all, these numbers are as fraudulent as they can be, guys, as they have seen 2 dogs, and they both have quality starts plus. Well, Peterson is having a year to remember as he has a solid 2.49 ERA with 6 quality starts in his last 7 games. Well, before we get into the metrics, we need to talk this K-prop line. Like, why are we getting plus money on a 5.5? Where over the last 10 games, he is 6-4 to the number, which equates to minus 125, minus 130. Then we look at the K percentage. Where 24 is bad, 27 we look to put the knife in, and the books are throwing that out as well. And it's a divisional game where 7 of the projected 9 have seen Peterson, a total of 112 at bats, and they're striking out near 30% of the time. The books seem to have something up their fucking sleeve here, and is it the weather? As his outs are not posted, and I looked at it, and I'm 3 hours away, guys, and we've been dealing with thunderstorms for the last 2 days, and it says projected thunderstorms 2 hours right before the game, and it might go into the game, so they could maybe push it back. But something about these thunderstorms, guys, is they've had lightning in them. And if there's lightning, it is automatic suspension to the game for at least an hour till the last lightning strike. And I don't know if I can fucking get in. And I think that's what the books are banking on, but I can't just say think. So let's say it is the weather. Can we look to back him? Well, when we look at his metrics, we see a guy who's in the zone 2.5% more than league average, with bad zone contact, almost 4% worse than league average. As his chase contact has been better than league average by 5% through his career, it's his chase that's been league average through his career. So I've tracked his lineups, guys, and I tracked it for zone contact and chase. And when I run this projected lineup, if we take in the past history with zone contact and chase, I've said it before, guys, on this show with the Braves. They're the only team I'll still look at last year and this year's metrics where you've got to be elite in both for me to count it. And it's still working, and I'm not going to go away until it stops working. And we have 7 guys who are bad at zone contact. Yet we have 7 guys who don't chase. As this will be the first time he has seen a lineup bad at zone contact but doesn't chase. So at the moment, I'm a little thrown off by the line. It just doesn't make sense to me other than the weather. And if there's any chance of a thunderstorm, then I really just got to let it be. Now, something I need to look at for tomorrow, guys, is Chris Sale on extra rest. They pushed Sale back in the Rockies game so that he could pitch versus the divisional opponent Mets. And they're giving him 8 days rest. So when you look at Sale tomorrow, go through his last few years, look at him after the All-Star break and any other time where he can get 8 days. And if he shows me he could shine, we backing us some big Sale dog tomorrow. Now, I tried to figure out this Peterson line, guys. And yes, there are possible thunderstorms, but the Braves have been a thunderstorm to him, as he has not had a quality start versus the Braves since 2019. Now, you can get hit and still hit your K-prop while getting your ass kicked, but I do prefer the ones like Gilbert last night. It's just better for my health, guys. Now, the one quality start back in 2019 is where he did have 10 strikeouts. Now, they do have his earned runs at a 2.5 at a pick'em, yet he's only allowed 3 runs or more just 2 of his last 10 games. So it's definitely in the numbers he can get hit. I just can't come fuck around with the 5.5, guys. And if I can't figure it out, it's just better for my bankroll for me not to fuck around and find out, as I believe this is a Peterson spot other than the line not being right and thunderstorms. Next guy on the board, guys, is we've got 2 more guys before we get into the hitting prop of this show, and we're going to talk us some Robbie motherfucking Ray. Robbie Ray versus the Guardians opened them up 7+ minus 118 on FanDuel, and it was minus 150 on DraftKings. That's a big discrepancy. Now it's minus 102 on FanDuel. Pitching outs are 17.5 minus 175 to the over. Earned runs 1.5 minus 185 to the over, or 2.5 on DraftKings minus 165 to the under. Projected lineup is 6 lefties and 3 righties. Ray gets the Guardians, who over their past 200 plate appearances versus a lefty are not walking, 2% worse than league average, striking out 26% of the time with the second worst isolated power in the game. And when we look at who they've seen, Abbott went 9 innings, 0 earned runs with 5 Ks. Lodolo got his ass handed to him, yet he hit his K prop. And we hit the team total unders with Fried, where he went 6 innings, 0 earned runs with 7 Ks, and Rodon, who went 7, 1 earned with 8 Ks. Then a series with the Angels. So all in all, guys, the dogs have bit them. Now, I did say last week that I've got to stop calling Lodolo a dog, as just not that game. It's been other games where lefties suck, and all the other dogs have shined, that he just ain't shined. So Abbott has shined in those spots where Lodolo, you're not a dog no more, Lodolo. Not saying I ain't gonna bet you. You still 5-0 on the K prop when we bet you. You just ain't got that dog in you. And sometimes you gotta have a fucking dog in you. So at the end of the day, they're not hitting good lefties, and they're striking out 26% of the time to all lefties. And now they get Robbie fucking Ray. Well, first of all, guys, I'm going right back to the fucking well, as I have $100 on the team total under 3.5 for the Cleveland Guardians at minus 145, as I've got to. It's been the dogs who have shoved, and if there's a bullpen I trust, it's the San Francisco Giants. They have been top 3 all year, and their back end of the bullpen is lights fucking out. So give me Cleveland team total under 3.5. I was actually looking at Robbie Ray for the win as well, but let's talk the K prop. And it's been Chase. If you chase versus Robbie Ray, good fucking luck. And that goes against teams that don't strike out, like the Padres, the Diamondbacks, and the Royals. If you chase, you're fucked, period. Now, of the 4 pitchers I just talked that they've seen in this time span, it is 3-1 to the K prop over, with Abbott not being the one who hit his K prop, where it told me not to bet, guys, as 2/3 of the lineup needs to be there. It was 5-4 to the over that day, but it is what it is. Fried had 6 worse than league average at zone contact in that lineup, and he smacked. Zone contact's what we use. Rodon had 7 guys who chased. Like Ray, you give us 7 guys who chase, we gonna fuck you in the eye hole. Now, I run this projected lineup, and we have 5 of the 9 who are worse than league average at chasing. Yet we do have past history, as he has only struck out Quan and Santana just 1 of their 9 at-bats each, both guys who don't chase. Yet Ramirez is a guy who does chase, but yet has only struck out 1 of 11 bats. So that now flips this to the 5-4 to the under, and I ain't looking to bet my guys under. But there is a way I can get in, guys, as hedges for Naylor would get us near to what we want, other than the lineup construction. We've got Quan, Ramirez, Santana are in the top 5, as well as being in the top 5. We have Thomas, who doesn't chase. So 4 of the top 5 guys are going to be one tough son of a bitch. I don't know if I want to bet a fucking K prop where you have to strike out the back half of this lineup. So lineup pending, I will look to bet the K prop, but right now I am backing a dog lefty versus these Guardians who can't hit we'll just say a good lefty. They can't hit anyone but fucking Lodolo and Miley. Those are the 2 guys they beat on. Guys who throw. Bleh. All right. Go out there, Robbie Ray. Do your damn thing. And, cast that team total under for me. Do me a favor, guys. If you like what you're hearing, smash that like button. If you're new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button as well. We've got one more guy to talk before we get into the Megalodon. And we've got a new video. There's a new spotting of a Megalodon. Brian Wu gets the Red Sox. Opened up 6.5 plus 116 on FanDuel. Morning line, it is 5.5 minus 155 on MGM, or 7+ on FanDuel. Pitching outs 18.5 minus 130 to the under, whereas earned runs are at a 1.5 minus 175 to the over. Projected lineup is 5 righties and 4 lefties. Wu gets the new Red Sox if they officially got rid of their last remaining World Series champion, and moved on to the younger kids who've been barking in the minors. Well, it's a team to pick on, and we did last night, as I tweeted out. I even tweeted it out, like straight up, was just like, I'm on old Gilberto. Put up the Mexican flag because he's old Gilberto. And one person asked me on there, I believe it was Kelly. He's like, you're not worried about him coming off the IL? Normally, I'd be, fuck yeah, I'd be worried. That's a rule I have. This motherfucker pitched 3 games in the rehabs, retiring 13 straight in his last one, throwing every fucking pitch, incorporating everything. They made sure he was ready before they brought him up. Teams normally don't do that. They'll bring you in like they did Ohtani. And I told my guys straight up, this is a no. And yeah, you can't bet a guy who's took no real at-bats versus professional fucking hitters for a year and a half, and you're gonna bet his kid. The fact they even offered his fucking prop, bro, they got motherfuckers, bro. And I love Ohtani. He's gonna be good for us, but golly, let the kid throw. Not versus pros, and not versus one of the best fucking command of the strike zone teams. As last night in that game, they had 13 full counts. 13 full fucking counts. Blech. All right. Sorry, that sounded crazy, but let's get into it. All right, guys. As crazy as this sounds, guys, is I can't bet a strikeout prop today. And it's simply because this guy went out there last night and had a dominant game. And this guy being Gilbert, I don't like to bet guys after a dominant game backing a guy the next day. Not saying it can't hit. It just hasn't been good for my bankroll. Now, what I'm getting at is they're both guys that pound the zone. This guy right here, Wu, pounds the zone 9% more than league average. So this guy's always in the zone. And he's got a team who doesn't have good zone contact. Out of the guys that we can grade, there is 7 of them with 2 kids. So we got 2 question marks where it can be a coin toss, either which way. We don't even need the question marks. We still got 6 guys of this projected lineup, 6 of the 7 gradable, bad at zone contact. This looks like a spot I wanted to back him, guys, in a spot where he is 2-0 to the over when he has had 6 people or more that is bad at zone contact, having 7 and 8 in those games. And he's 5-0 to the metric alone, where if the under has had 6 people bad at zone contact, he has hit the under as well. So all in all, guys, if I'm going to bet him, it's going to have to be a half unit type play. Or what I'm really looking at is what did he do in those 2 games where those strikeouts were there versus bad zone contact? He went 6 to 7 innings depending on the game, giving up 1 to 2 runs depending on the game. We now have one of the best under ballparks. If we got any type of cold weather, this is going to be a pull them down to a alt team total same game parlay for me with the Red Sox team total under. As just like yesterday, dude, I hate taking guys to get a win because they can shove and have a game of games like Gilbert did and still get the loss. 2 runs is a great game, but your team didn't put up nothing. And that's where the problem lies, guys, is taking on some of these money lines. So looking to back the team total under alted with Wu pulled down a few, because if he was not to hit, the only reason why is because Gilbert pounded the fucking zone last night, and they are hitters, and they're going to try to adapt. They're going to try to put the ball in play more. So maybe look at the outs props. These guys are not going to look to get 2 strikes. And what they weren't looking for the other day, guys, I believe it was actually last year. I just seen this movie, though, but I just seen the video, Bo. But they were not looking for a fucking shark. Let me tell you.
So big. We did it, man. We went green.
I am never going back in the water.
Me either. No way.
That's it.
Ah,
That's the biggest thing I've ever seen.
stuff summer.
No. Just going to the local pool. Look at the size of that thing.
Go to the local pool.
Bro, we ain't going to the ocean, dog, when Mike's around, let me tell you.
Dude, I saw something on Twitter the other day, and it was this shark was like swimming around a boat. The fucking thing was huge. I was thinking to myself, oh my God, what are you doing? Get out of the water.
I'm cool, bro. I have nightmares of me drowning already if that's the way I'm going to die. So let it be in a pool, you know? Fuck
right.
that. How's the RBI contest going?
2 days left, my guy. We got day 9 and day 10. It's been a lot of movement. Actually, I'll qualify it and say that just about every day, the last 5 or 6, we've had a new leader at the top. So it's fun. It's a lot to track, but we're down to the last 2 days. And I think a couple guys are like 7-1 through 8 days. So it's been pretty good. We're building a nice list of guys that have been successful with the RBIs.
Man, at that rate, bro, we might have to start doing one of their play of the day somewhere, bro. Fuck, dude. You know, I'll throw it up for you guys if you fuck go 9-1, dog. Like shit.
Shoot, that's
Shit,
right.
we should be fucking following what you're doing, but I know you coming at us with 4 or 5 today. It's a stacked fucking card. We've got hitting weather in a few spots. Maybe it's a Kyle Tucker spot. The weather's nice.
Sure is, man. I'll tell you, I try to keep it pretty simple today. I try to look at some motivational spots. I try to look at some opportunities to go out there and capitalize, right? We got to try to find these guys. Look, I'm going to start with the low end. We're going to start with our guy down there, Baltimore and Tampa Bay. We got a little Zach Lytle experience out there, and I want to be in the fade train. Now, the thing is, when you look at this guy on paper, 6 innings pitched, when he does that, 3 of his last 4 games, he's gone 6. That other one, he went 9. So this guy's consistent, but he's also consistent when it comes to giving up contact. He's given up 7 hits, 3 hits, 10 hits in that 9 innings pitched, 6 hits, and then he followed up his last game with an 8 pop. Not just the 8 pop, he gave up 4 runs. They were all home runs. So my question is, what's going on with this command? And on the other side of things here, I'm looking at this Baltimore team. They just got knocked yesterday. And I'm going to go and I'm going to look at who's got the best pitching matchup. It's our guy, Gunnar Henderson, 467 against Zach. Zach's at 319 against righties. Just a really nice fit at plus 135. Should be able to get ducks on the pond. Clearly, we're seeing this guy's giving up hits like it's his job. 26 at-bats. We've seen Gunnar pop 10 times, 10 hits, 3 RBIs out there. So consistency, only 6 strikeouts in those 26 at-bats too. So he's showing some plate discipline, and he's a plus 135. So he's just around the border end of our playability here. But I like this guy. I like this price tag. I think he's in a good position for the Baltimore O's to bounce back today.
Baltimore Orioles spot it is. I got me a couple spots. I don't know if you were here on them, so it's always nice to see if you're going to take a hitter versus my pitcher.
Well, the thing that gets me too is this one's a little tricky because, it's a bounce back, but Dean Kremer, I don't know what happened to him. I thought his start got kind of scrapped there the other day, so they pulled him out. He's an unders guy, surprisingly enough. This is what kind of puts me into the have to be on Baltimore. They're in that bounce back. Kremer pitches unders against the AL in a dog roll. He's 19-2 to the unders. In those spots out there. So gotta like me a little lower scoring affair today, but I think that means Tampa's in trouble and Baltimore can find a big price to bounce back. How about that?
I mean, the way to attack the Rays is if the pitcher from the other side is any decent, you're going to go under because the Rays don't have a major league lineup, bro.
I agree. I think their bats are suspect at best. And, yesterday to put up a boatload of runs to me was surprising. I was on Baltimore. That was I think I had 2 losses across the entire slate yesterday. That was one of them, 7-1. I wasn't expecting it. And look, they fired back. They were 9-0. I mean, the big sweep against the Mets. Tampa's been kind of hot right now. So you can't be mad at Arandas and Camineros and the rest, but give me some Gunnar Henderson. Gun dog, baby.
Gunnar Henderson's first guy on the board. Let's
go. Let's keep her moving on. I got a 4-pack for you guys today. So let's knock this one out of the way. Not a lot to talk about other than the motivational spot that is Rafael Devers. This fucking guy. Is there a plane landing in my front yard?
Yeah, it's Rafael fucking Devers, bro. He's gonna fucking sock Boston in the face tonight, bro, and whip his cock out running around first base.
Is there a more motivated spot? Now, they were saying this guy's a pile of shit when it came to that first base question. I don't know. Just there were some issues with personnel when it came to what he was doing out there in Boston. But San Francisco, first of all, you talk about the windy conditions. This fucking wind's blowing out at almost 20 miles an hour. I mean, those are ideal, optimum conditions. We find that the home favorites in the National League on Tuesdays are smashing. Do we believe in Slade Ciccone? And I don't believe in Slade Ciccone. I think this guy's done. He's done all right. I'll give him that, but not a guy that I want to entirely get behind here. I'm looking at the San Francisco side of things, just thinking this guy's fired up. He's in a great spot to come back out there. San Francisco's in a great spot. I love that they have the lefty going on the bump out there. And, you look at good old Slade. This guy's got a 4.26 ERA. Plays a little bit better on the road, but, again, he's a guy that he can give up some hits. And when he's on the road, 16 innings pitched, he's given up his whip sitting over a 1. That's what we want to have. We want to have some players out there. San Francisco in a good position with this new acquisition. The pieces they gave up. We talked about Kayla Harrison last week and didn't really make a difference out there. I think you acquire a guy that needs a new start, and he's used to being an alpha. Alphas don't go out there and ask for permission. They take that bat, they swing at that fucking ball, and Slade's popping off at 286 against lefties. It's a good spot for these boys to get the job done, and Devers to go out there. Plus 155.
Bro, with Jung-Ho Lee in front of him?
Yeah, they got him in a great spot, too. He's looking to project around the third spot in the lineup, so lefty in front of that as well. So we got.
He walked straight into San Francisco and said, "I'll play anywhere you need me to play. I want to win." This dude is a top 10 baseball player, hitter of the fucking baseball, guys. Yep. The guy went 0 for whatever and how many strikeouts in April, and he's near 300 now. Like, get the fuck out. These people treated him like shit. Mm-hmm. He was their last remaining fucking World Series champion of their World Series team.
And they said, fuck off.
They kicked him out the fucking door. Yeah. And I think the Giants got fleeced. They gave up some mediocre mid-row. I mean, maybe Harrison a couple years down. Jordan Hicks is a fucking middle of the rotation at best type guy. And then the others, bro, for a man. Giants scored. Hate that's in my division. But one thing to talk about that San Francisco wind. That's fake wind, baby. That's the fakest wind I've ever fucking seen in my life. I took a day game under 7 with 20-mile-per-hour winds with 2 fly ball pitchers being Ray and Cease. Granted, it was 5 fucking runs in the first 3 innings. It still stayed under 7.5.
Really?
But what I'm getting at is that wind swirls like none other. And at nighttime, if you ain't hitting a line drive, it's not going out. It's going to get caught up in that wind and shot right back. It hits the cold air of the water, and then the water shoots cold wind air back at it. So it knocks the ball down. So you have to hit line drives.
It wouldn't surprise me to see this game be under. I feel like every time I watch a Cleveland game, they end up finding lower scores out there. I mean,
the minus 166 tells me that Slade might match him. But I really wanted to take Ray for the win. Devers in this lineup. The team can't hit lefties. Like, boom, isn't this the spot to back the man? And when I thought it was Fried versus them, I thought, oh man, a minus 200. I thought that line was off. And they went out versus the Royals and dog walked them.
Yep.
Maybe that's just what's going to happen today. A 7-1 ball game by the Giants.
I could see that. You know what I was just looking at here as you're mentioning that is the team total unders here. I might take the first 5 team total under for the Guardians.
I bet 100. I bet 100 on the 3.5 minus 145. Yeah, full game.
I like that play too. I mean, it's a little juicy, but look, this fucking team, you want to talk about these 2 pitchers and the way they match up. I mean, bottom line, you got Slade, who's I think playing outside his expectations out there, 28 strikeouts, but Robbie Ray, 8-1, 2.55 ERA, 92 poppers, man, 92 strikeouts. Even if he only goes 5 or 6, that first 5 should very much be in play. And then San Fran's bullpen should be able to shut down this Guardians team too. I love a lower scoring spot. That's why they put a 7 on it.
Bro, I paid the minus 145 juice. There's some guys you got to eat juice with.
Why don't you just chill? No buts too. Link and I are cruising the mountain, bro. We figure we's a little juice.
No, whizzing the juice. Whiz the juice. No, whizzing the juice. No, whizzing the juice.
Chill, bud.
We're wheezing the fucking juice, bro. Because when the
wheezing the
dogs
juice.
have seen Cleveland, the dogs have fucking barked, bro.
Yeah, I gotta lock those in before they end up moving any more on me. Take some team total unders in that Cleveland spot, but I like me some Raphael. Give the boy a new start, get him fired up. Sometimes you just need to change the jersey out there, and it's enough to get you moving. I'll tell you what, this game here, man, I heard you talking a little Andy Abbott, and I don't normally like to get involved in guys that just fucking shoved. There's a couple guys that kind of fit that criteria for me, but we broke balls the other day about David Festa. This guy's horrible, man. He's just bad. And if you want to qualify bad, he's bad overall, but his last 3 starts, he's firing off a 0.8 ERA. I mean, the guy, or a 7.9. The guy's terrible, man. He's got a 1.46 whip. He gave up 4 home runs in 14.2 innings. Those metrics are so key because we know when it comes to the RBIs, if they can go yard, it doesn't matter, right? That makes bases great. That makes hits, runs, and RBIs great. All those things become in play. But, look, even if it's just Festa playing a couple of innings and he shits the bed out there, he's a 3.10 versus righties. You bring out the Minnesota bullpen, they stink. The Minnesota bullpen, 8.18 ERA and a 1.82 whip over their last 6 games. Everything. Now, this is Minnesota. They win a bunch of games. Everyone gets jacked up. They go on that 8, 9, 10 run win streak. They're good to lose 20 after that, and they're in that process right now. They're 1-5 against lefties. Minnesota ain't the spot. Andy Abbott, though, interesting position. The guy I want to focus on here has been really successful his last 7 to 10 days. Elly De La Cruz. He's priced at 155. We're going to go back to a little De La Cruz action. Guy does nothing but smack the ball around. He's been a consistent performer. Lots of success with this guy across the RBI contest. The days that he gets played are the days that he goes out there and pops. And I think with a team like, Cincinnati against this Minnesota Twins team, they're vulnerable. They're gettable. Festa's certainly gettable. And these bats, look at the last 3, go 4 games here. We got 8 runs, 11 runs, 5 runs. Yeah, they had a 2-runner in there, but they came off of a 1-0 shutout. So you kind of expect them to regress. They scored 7 before that, 4 before that, 13 before that. Cincinnati's bats are hot. They're going to have ducks on the pond. Elly De La Cruz is going to be able to drive them across the finish line. Give me some Elly plus 155 action.
A little bit of Elly. Bro, that dude's a monster. I mean, he's a strikeout waiting to happen, but the way he swings, bro, is just vicious. But he doesn't chase. You have to strike him out in the zone.
Right.
Like the dude will take his walks.
Yeah, which are just, those are, unless the bases are loaded, those walks are killers when it comes to the RBI.
Yeah, right. You're like, bro, that blows.
You just walk right there.
I hate how they won't let you bet stolen base props when someone gets on first base. Like, let me bet an even money prop, you son of a bitch.
But Elly's a money guy, though, right? I mean, yeah, you talk about his plate discipline. He leads the team in home runs. He leads the team in RBIs. He's got a 50-pack. We talked about last year.
Probably leads the team in strikeouts, too.
He very well may. Definitely leading the team in stolen bases, too. You talk about him. He's got a 20 spot out there. Yeah, he does lead the team in strikeouts here. He's got 81.
Hey, bro, I told you, dog. I like the guy, but I count him for 1.5 when I'm facing him with my boys.
Feast or famine, but again, that just supports another opportunity for a lower scoring game here. I give me the Reds, give me Elly, and I love the Reds in this spot overall. I think that you can't get enough cash down on this Reds team tonight. A little side bet in action here. We got some side gambles going on here with some of these plays as well, but Festa's a fade, and this brings us home. Big game. I try to find a motivational spot. Try to look for teams that are fired up. We got 2 of them right now. Surprisingly enough, the NL East is alive tonight with this Mets and Braves series. The Mets just got swept by Tampa, so they should want to bounce back. And if you want to look at what they do, they're 12-2 on the road this year. If they're coming off a loss against a righty, bounce back should find a way for the New York Mets. Means can't win the game if you're not scoring. On the other side of things here, Atlanta Braves in the favorite role. Now, the books know the Mets are in bounce back spot. They still made the Braves the favorite. The Braves, when they're priced as favorites at home between 120 and 140, are 8-2 in the month of June. Ballpark gets moving out there for Atlanta. Hitter friendly as it is. I'm not going to fade Schwellenbach. I'm going to fade Peterson. fade at your own risk, I guess, is the reality behind it. Does have a 2.9 ERA on the road, but I talked about how I want to fade a guy coming off his big spot. His big spot for David Peterson, 9 innings pitched, 6 hits, no runs. Fade this son of a bitch today. And we're going to go to Marcell Ozuna. I like Albies. Albies was like my first look, but as I dug in, I don't know, man. Albies, this thing's coming across the plate like a ping pong ball. This guy can't see it. But Marcell Ozuna's seeing it just fine. 5 RBIs over his last 19 at-bats, including 2 runs, 3 hits, and a homer. There's that homer factor we're looking for. Doesn't matter if they got ducks on the pond or not, if he pops at yard. 28 RBIs against the NL. He likes playing these matchups here. It's a big divisional rivalry. I think this is a big run score. One of two things. They either score 100 runs and they're playing until tomorrow morning, or it's a 1-0 game like we saw with that Yankees-Angels game yesterday. But Marcell Ozuna, for me, he hits a 287 at home. He's comfortable. He's in a good matchup position. I think I want to fade Peterson off that big game out there. And what was my price tag for Marcell Ozuna? Oh, no, I lost it. Hang on just a second. Let me pull it up and see what we can find for our guy, Marcell Ozuna. What do you think about that, Sharpie? You like a little Marcell Ozuna action? I think this is a little...
David Peterson has an 0-3 with an ERA of 6.66 at Atlanta in his career. I mean, the guy doesn't pitch well versus Atlanta. I was looking to back his strikeouts, but the team total is also at 2.5, or earned runs are at 2.5. Pick him for a guy who's only given up 3 runs 2 times out of his last 10, which tells me he's giving up 3 runs today. Doesn't mean you can't hit your strikeouts, well, the runs, but I don't think I want to be involved with what could be thunderstorms as well.
Those concern me a little bit with the weather. And that's a great point, because there's a lot of weather spots in the
I'm 3 hours from there, and we've been dealing with thunderstorms for 2 straight days, and there's been a lot of lightning. And if there's lightning, the game gets suspended.
Right. So plus 185 for Marcell Ozuna.
Marcell Ozuna is going to finish off the freaking 4-pack for my guy today.
4-banger. That's the way we do it. We got 135s, 2 155s, a 185. Reasonable tags for reasonable fellas in reasonable positions to go out there and reasonably cash our fucking checks.
And we talked a little bit about that. I didn't know that the Mets Braves thing is like the division's that close. I thought the Braves started so bad they were fucked.
Well, the Mets are what's killing it right now. And they started off, firing, and they've been firing. And, the Phillies kind of went down that little cold streak with the loss of Bryce Harper. But Harper comes back in. They're back. What are they, won 5 or 6 in a row now? They should bust up. They got Jesus on the bump today. You don't fuck with Jesus. He's going out there to smash, dude.
Hey, bro, I've got his first 7-team total under 2.5 for the Marlins. So I expect him to come out and go 6-7 solid.
I think he's in a really good position. I think that Phillies team's in it, and it's priced accordingly. They're minus 185 for a reason.
Did you see the video I showed of fucking Luzardo tipping pitches?
I saw that, and I don't disagree with it. I mean, it's what it was just a little thing. Was it I can't remember.
It was his elbow positioning on a breaking ball. So
like
they're sitting breaking ball, bro, and they're not getting it. And so that's how the Cubs strike out 5 of their first 9 at bats, because they're sitting on pitches that weren't coming. And that can be worse than fucking anything, bro.
Right. But, you look at his last game. Did he fix it? Did he find it? I don't know.
Oh, he fixed it.
He figured it out.
He fixed it. Everything is high and tight now. Everything is high and tight.
His Toronto game. I mean, look, he had back-to-back spots. Milwaukee, he got dominated, 3.1 innings pitched. He gave up 12 fucking hits. Followed it up 2.1 innings hit with 9. That's when the coaches were like, we know you're doing something. Bring it back in. Let's reevaluate that. And he fires it back against a hot Cubs team. 6 innings pitched. He only gives up 1 earned run out there. I like the under again today, but I like the Phillies a lot in this position. If we do get Ozuna scrapped here, I'll toss one guy back at you. Just a little bomber here. Down the lineup is Otto Kemp. He's priced at plus 175. That's a guy I have a sneaky suspicion on today as well. So we got to get a little bonus spot in there.
As fuck, bro. Being 165, 75 at the bottom of the lineup.
Yeah. I just saw some things. I was reading some reports on what he's been doing and how he's been trying to change his groove to change some of his routine. It's not the swing, it's the routine that he goes through. And anytime I see that a player's got the self-awareness to try to crack, and you want to catch it at the right time. Now, granted, 175 at the bottom of the order with a guy hitting 167 isn't sexy, but kind of tells me, why isn't he 245? A lower scoring affair, bottom of the order with a guy that's hitting 167. Do they know that he's trying to fix his swing out there? And it's not just the swing, as I mentioned, it's the routine. So anybody that's like, I attribute it to golf. When I played a lot of golf, got a certain number of swings, a certain way that you waggle the wrist. And anytime you start breaking that down, you can really find some quick success. And that's where I think we'll see some price tags out there. So take a look at it. Keep an eye on it. It's a 6 p.m. start. No reason to get overzealous here. Just Cal Quantrell's a guy I want to fucking fade any chance I get. So give me that opportunity with the auto.
But what I was going to say about the Mets series is the Braves pushed back Sale so that he can pitch versus the Mets. They scrapped the Rockies and said, you're going on 8 days rest versus the Mets. He's not hurt. And they're going for it, bro. So maybe they know. So maybe, bro, I'm looking to back Sale. So I already told them tomorrow, you should go through Sale, look at after All-Star breaks is where you're going to mainly see an 8-day break and see how the guy pitches on long rest. If he shoves, team totals are going under, at least he's in the game. I don't want to trust Iglesias right now. I don't think that guy's a fucking home run machine.
What I don't understand about the Mets or the Braves, though, is if you look at Peterson, you don't have enough lefty on lefty combat out there right now. You've got a shitload of righties, and I get it. Peterson's a 247, but I don't know. I just think for the long haul of the series with the matchups in games 2, 3, and 4, you better get a couple lefties out there. I guess Albies can hit both ways, but
they got Verdugo. They got Verdugo when their righty's going.
You look at the I guess you're right.
And they got the catcher too, though. So that has a lot to do with my K props too. Is Baldwin's a good contact switchy where Murphy's you can pick on.
Yeah. I don't mind Baldwin. I played Baldwin the other day. I had a little Baldwin action. I don't think he got there for me, but
he's a good contact guy though, bro, in a meat of a good lineup.
Yep. I don't know what they're doing with Eli White and Nick Allen, though. Those fucking two guys.
They run them versus lefties. Allen's a good contact guy. White's a strikeout waiting to happen.
Yeah, White's a free fucking K, and then bring out the 9 guy, and then it just seems like you leave the bottom of your order flat. And,
yeah, but they're replaceable after Peterson's out the game. They're gonna bring in other guys for them.
That's kind of like what Boston had to do when they made their moves with Rafael there. They had too many hitters. You got too many guys that can hit. They
were on the tarmac leaving.
Yeah.
Had to pull the plane around. Tell them to get the fuck off and catch an Uber. Bye, bitch. You're not going with us.
Dude, I had that game. I don't normally go as crazy as it was the only thing that was on Sunday night. There was no NBA. There was no NHL. It was like a couple soccer games and that. So I went nuts on the lefty righty matchups. I went nuts on the, Kyle Harrison. I was trying to get involved with some Teoscar Hernandez. And then like 10 minutes before the start, it's popping up all over Twitter that this guy got traded. I'm like, fuck, I just got fucked.
I had a parlay that at the end of the day had the Dodgers to win. And I saw like 1-0 after 1 or whatever. And I'm like, cool, fuck you, Harrison. And then I go look at who's pitching. And I'm like, Hinkie? Who the fuck is Hinkie? And I go look and I'm like, oh, fuck, this prick got traded.
Dude, I had the first 5 under. Oh, man, I'll tell you, I remember the bad ones, not so much the good ones here.
Facts.
That was just bad. And I was like, I knew it was going to happen as soon as I saw the trade. I was like, everything I did, all my projections, I normally believe in going with action. I'm not a big listed pitcher guy because I like to play full games, but man, I was like, I knew that beating was coming as soon as I.
Speaking of full game of first 5, I'm afraid of taking the 1.5 first 5 because I could see 2-run spot for Ray. I could see Ray giving up 2 runs in an inning, bro. Like I don't expect perfect. So if those 2 runs come early, I'm fucked on the first 5. But yet if he still goes 6-7, gives up 2 runs and hands it off to the pin, the team total's in good hands. That's the way my brain thinks.
Mm-hmm.
But yet with Luzardo, I don't trust your bullpen.
No,
I'm trusting Luzardo and maybe one guy if at best coming out, where I think Luzardo could go 7. But if he doesn't, he goes 6 and hands it off to one guy instead of fucking rolling the dice with each and every guy that comes out with Philly's pin.
I'm hard to argue. It's a good point. I mean, at the end of the day, it's really Alvarado being knocked out of there
is crazy, bro. That destroyed everything.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was like the only guy holding the ship even down.
Mm-hmm.
And now they got that Toronto Blue Jay cuck. That fucker's terrible, bro. He's ruined so many team totals for me. I fucking hate him.
Dude, that Cleveland first 5 team totals minus 140 as well. You might have to parlay those two together. I was just looking that up as we were talking here, and that's nuts, man.
I hate parlaying unless it's the same game parlay. But dude, his earned runs are at 2.5 minus 165. I don't think he gives up 3 earned runs today.
No, I think you probably couldn't go wrong grabbing his team total under full game and his under earned runs as well. A little side action there too. But
bro, I'd bet the 2.5 if they would have forced my hand. They didn't force my hand. It did move up to minus 155 to then come back down to minus 145. You've got people who are going to bet on that 18 miles per hour wind out. And I mean, if they're going to hit line drives, which some of these guys can for Cleveland, couple of solo shots don't hurt me, baby.
Stevie Ray Kwan, Jose Ramirez, 2 guys right there that should be in a position to fire, but hits today, maybe hits and bases, not anything else. Bases are tough too. The whole package is tough. That's going to be a shit game.
I don't even know if I'm going to watch it, bro. Yeah. I got money on it. Fuck
yeah, I got some money on it. I'll be in there.
But yeah, bro, let them know what you got going on, where they can find you.
Let's go, man. We got ourselves a big week ahead here. Last week before the NBA and NHL shut down, so we got to get this cash while we can. We got UFC, afternoon UFC on Saturday, and you can find me here tonight. We'll be on 6 p.m. Get ready to go with pre-gaming. Get all that last-minute information to get the bets placed with accuracy. Informed betting decisions make winning betting tickets. Follow us on Instagram, too. Follow the Sports Money Network on Instagram. I put a play of the day out there. Fucking double yesterday for a plus 130. And dude gets 11 rebounds, only 9 points. He had 9 points like the whole second half. He couldn't get that last point for me. But anyhow, Sharpie, I always appreciate you, my dude. Love the new video. We'll see you guys soon.
Bro, my boy at work goes, he's never bet, right? I'm like, hey, DraftKings is giving a free $300, bro, if you win your $5 bet in the NBA. And these guys think they're basketball bettors are like, yeah, man, you got to take the fucking points. I'm like, take the fucking Thunder plus whatever points you can get to minus 500 because that's what you can take. And you fucking put your $5 on that, bro.
That's right. That was a big bid.
So he hit. Now I'm telling him which baseball bets to bet with his fucking free money. So
a bettor is born. A gambler is born.
I'm trying to help. Hey, no, he's not a gambler. I'm just trying to help the guy. He'll bet what I tell him to bet and not bet anything else. So a guy who's going to actually make some money is born.
Hey.
The other guy at my work I gave it to, he became a gambler and has no more monies in his account.
He's like, thanks, Sharpie. I take your winning bet, but I don't have any money to place on it.
That's what he said, bro. Like, and I'm like, bro, well, at least please shower next time. Hey, appreciate you all for tuning in. Smash the fucking like button if you haven't. Today, I already have bets on the first 7 team total under in the Marlins game, 2.5 at minus 115. And then I got the Guardians team total under 3.5 full game at minus 145. Looking to take Abbott strikeouts under, as psychotic and disgusting and not fun as that sounds. But looking to back Woo, but in the same game parlay and maybe just the team total under and just let the strikeouts go. But I expect Woo to have a good game, just not sure if the strikeouts are going to be there after a guy murdered them for 10 the night before. Until next time, he's Mikey Mike. I'm Sharpie, and it's time